Now this is a good day. It's the Jaguar F-Type convertible, it's the R, and now it comes standard with all-wheel drive. That's right, a 550 horsepower Jaguar convertible that you can drive all year round. That really is something that makes this car much more appealing, especially in the Canadian marketplace. It's not cheap though. $120,500 is where this car starts, but when you compare it to other vehicles with 550 horsepower, it might look like a relative bargain. That's one of the big updates for this car. You get all-wheel drive, plus you get the new mill under the hood. It used to crank out 495 horsepower. They've upped it to 550 to be right in line with the coupe version that's also called R. You also get on this car 20-inch standard wheels. You get an aero package on the outside with those nice-looking sills and some stuff on the inside. But this Jaguar has been improved nicely just a couple of years after it came out to make it more appealing to everyday drivers. Now, the biggest complaint I've had of Land Rover and Jaguar cars over the last several years has been the head unit. The infotainment system is something out of the 90s, and now finally it's been updated for 2016. It's a much quicker system. You can jump through all the different applications inside the unit. It's not as advanced as some in the marketplace, but it is, thank you Jaguar, a massive improvement over what we've had in the past. So that's definitely welcome. You can go through the different windows, and one of them that's particularly nice with this car is you can get into the dynamic settings for this R. You can change the engine, the steering, the suspension, even the shift of the transmission, or you can just leave it in the factory setup. So that's all good stuff. What hasn't changed on the inside of this car is the great seating position. I love the big grab handle, the big fat steering wheel, the comfortable seats. A couple of nice touches for the R. You get R emblazoned here on the back of the seat and on the middle of the dash. Other than that, they haven't changed much, and that's good. Okay, we've got this F-Type R in sport mode for the driving. We've got the dynamic system on, and we have the sport exhaust on, and we're going to make a run to 100 kilometers an hour in 4 seconds. And just listen to that. It's such an awesome engine. It's a 5-liter supercharged, 550 horsepower, 502 foot-pounds of torque. Now with the R, it comes standard with all-wheel drive. It comes standard with torque vectoring using a braking system when you get into the corners and an electronic differential. But what I like about this car, it has all of the go-fast bits that if you want to exercise it, you really can. Actually, last year, I was at the racetrack, Willow Springs, with Davy Jones. He's a Le Mans winner, 24-hour Daytona winner, and we went around the track in the coupe version of the R, and he explains how all the systems work.
You know, we go with the 3 different model F-types. So you start out with basically the F-type with 340 horsepower that you had spoke about with the open differential. And then when you move up into the F-type S, now you're going from the fixed dampeners to the adaptive dynamic dampeners into a limited slip diff. And then you go from the F-Type S at 380 horsepower, you move up into the F-Type R, which has 550 horsepower, 502 foot-pounds of torque with an electronic diff.
But here's the thing about this car. I'm going to go back into regular drive. I'm going to turn the dynamic system off. The sport exhaust goes off. And this turns into a very different car. The suspension smooths out. The engine quiets down. It becomes the other half of what Jaguar is known for, and that's pure luxury. Comfortable leather seats, and now you have the all-wheel drive system, standard equipment in the R and optional on the other Jaguar F-types. So you have a car that you can enjoy, you can use easily every single day of the week, drive it to work, put winter tires on it if you like in the winter time, and then when you want to wake it up, back over to sport, back to dynamic, turn the sport exhaust on and have at her. So overall, how do I like this car? I don't like this car, frickin' love this car. I wish it had 2 things. One thing is the sport exhaust. I wish there was 2 settings. There was aggressive and then the super loud poppy exhaust that I just showed you there. because sometimes that super aggressive is a bit obnoxious, especially driving in the city. It just echoes around, it's really noisy. And the other thing is the dynamic system for the suspension. I wish it was just a hair stiffer, give it a little bit more feedback through the chassis. It's probably tuned that way because this is a convertible and you get a little bit of shake in the cowl. But overall, I love this car. It's a fantastic touring car. It's got all the power when you need it. It never leaves you wanting for more, and really just does everything I would ever want in a sports car to do. It's not a straight purebred sport machine. It's a grand touring car, but boy, is it a good one. Now, you have to hand it to Land Rover Jaguar. They have really moved the needle. Years ago, Land Rover and Jaguar cars languished right near the very bottom of quality and dependability studies. Jaguar is right near the very top now. These cars are nothing like they used to be years ago. Look how successful Range Rover and Land Rover has become, and they're continuing to come out with new models. Jaguar, just a couple of years after the F-Type was introduced, is already moving things along nicely, adding all-wheel drive. This car is now available, not the R, but the F-Type is available with a manual transmission. It's got increased horsepower, great looking styling, and all of that going for it. So Tata, the parent company, once they took over from Ford, has continued to evolve the brand. Ford did one thing right. They definitely improved the quality of Jaguar cars when it was under their jurisdiction. This new R is fantastic. All-wheel drive makes it a game changer in the Canadian marketplace. The power is fantastic. It makes all the right noises when you want it to. It's a wonderful touring car. Two things I'd like to see: if they could make the exhaust sort of step up from mild to wild, somewhere in the middle would be nice, and the suspension could be a little bit stiffer for my liking. But you know what, if someone plopped this in my driveway and said drive it for a couple of years, oh yeah, I'd be happy.